We are about to embark upon a series of strange and exciting, dangerous adventures. Adventures that will lead us to all parts of the world.
Hello and welcome to another Bad Comic Review. This time we're looking at Ultraman X Avengers issue 3. This is a mini-series from Marvel Comics written by Kyle Higgins and Matt Groom. Art by Francesco, Manna. Color art by Milla. Letters by VC's Ariana, Maher. Cover by Dike, Ruan and Neeraj, Menon. Assistant editor was Martin Biro. Associate editor Annalise Bissa. Edited by Tom Brevoort. So Galactus has arrived, and he's not in a very good mood. The Avengers are showing up with some reinforcements. They've modified the Mechazoid Jack to fire a specific type of beam at Galactus's elemental converter. So some of the team has to go help with the evacuation, which means they're going to save like 10 people. And everybody else is going after giant kaijus, and Ultraman has to bail out the Avengers a few times. But they have another secret up their sleeve, which out of nowhere this comes. They apparently have Dan with them, so Ultra 7 shows up, and I don't know when that happened because that wasn't in issue 2. He just sort of shows up on Spider-Man's back. So no real introduction to where he came from or what he's been doing or anything like that. Nah, don't worry about it. Well, they managed to stop Galactus from eating the Earth, but those energy cells they got from the Science Patrol seem to have been charged with something else. So while they're fighting the last of the kaijus, Galactus is making his way for a really, really awesome place that everybody wants to go. And that is, of course, the Nebula, or as they're calling it now, the Land of Light. And that means we may get to see Ultraman Taro. But overall, this was a little bit of a rushed issue. I don't know where Ultra 7 came from. They kind of alluded to the fact that he was in hiding in issue 1, and he wasn't in issue 2, I don't think. So I don't know where he came from, and they don't bother to explain it. But he's here, so that was kind of neat, I guess, but it was a little bit of a rough storytelling MacGuffin. The cover on here is amazing. That is an awesome cover. I'd love to get a poster of it, but overall, the issue itself was just mediocre. It was a lot better than last issue, but that's a pretty low bar. So I'm not super excited about how they're going to wrap this up. It sort of seems like they're just wedging everybody in that they can, and the Avengers aren't particularly helpful here. They caused this mess, but they don't seem to be able to undo it. It'd have been a lot more interesting if it was Galactus versus Ultraman, and Ultraman and his friends had to stop Galactus. I think that probably would have been a much more interesting story, but instead, we've got to have Captain Falcon and a bunch of other people flying around for no apparent reason, adding very little to this. Yeah, they stopped his elemental converter, but I'm pretty sure that Ultraman could have done that by himself. So it is a little bit disappointing, but this issue wasn't the worst thing I've ever read. Issue 2 was far weaker. The art's okay in here. It's pretty standard for what Marvel's churning out these days, and in some ways it's a little bit of an improvement. And it was pretty action-packed, so I'll recommend this one over issue 2, but I'm still gonna say get these out of a back issue bin. Issue 2 was so incredibly weak and almost insultingly bad that it's kind of stained the miniseries for me. But it might be worth reading as a whole storyline, so if you can find the trade at a discount store or Ollie's for really cheap, then I'd say pick it up, but don't pay more than half cover price for these. They're not worth $5 cover price at all, but $2, $2.50, I would say that's an okay price. But that's gonna do it for this episode. Thank you so much for listening and supporting the channel. If you enjoyed the episode, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss future reviews. If you'd like to help the channel out in other ways, links are in the description to various support methods. And as always, we hope to see you on the next one.